T minus 50 seconds.
I can't even sing anything.
T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
That is right, everyone, on the planet. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I've had some technical difficulties today. I'm on my phone, so we're going to make it really brief. I have Mika and Santana here with me tonight to break down all of the sacrifice match cards that we have. So how are you guys doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm excited to get into this. It's a lot that transpired tonight.
A lot happened. The show was great. So I'm excited to be here with my faves to talk about it. So let's do it.
All right, so let's jump right into it. We had Jay White and Alex Shelley. Jay White ended up winning this match. Pretty lengthy, a really good match. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
You got it, Santana. I know.
I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, of course, I'm starting to become a fan of Jay White. But this match, it was really, really good. It was worth it being lengthy. They did what they needed to do tonight, and Jay White came out with the win.
I agree. There were some really great spots in that match. Some stuff that kind of made everybody go, whoa. But that, I didn't expect any less. So great middle of the match card that actually was able to keep the energy up. And that's what I like when you have a match that can kind of fall in the middle and not feel mundane. So shout out to them too for killing it.
Shout out to them. Moving right along, one of my faves, Trey Miguel did retain tonight versus Jake Something. Really good match. I really was a little worried because it did seem like Trey was injured or something was going on. Jake Something was really giving it to him, but luckily Trey Miguel did retain. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
What a way to open up the show. Like, it was finally, we got him not being on the countdown. We finally got him to be on the actual show defending his title. And I mean, it was really close where at that moment, I thought maybe Trey would have probably lost his title tonight because Jake Something was definitely giving him something. But other than that, it was a really, really good match, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard hitting. It definitely had some moments where we all, while we were watching, were like, oh, it's over. Oh God. Like, it was definitely a gripping match for the first one. So shout out to them. We love Trey here. Shout out to you, Trey, for retaining. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out to Trey. Always supporting, always showing love. Hopefully get to see him tomorrow at the Slugfest in Louisville. And I'm really happy he retained because I didn't think that he would. Moving right along, we had Eddie Edwards versus Rhino. Any thoughts on this match and what happened with Steve Macklin?
This was
Macklin was the best part of it. He was the best. Macklin was the best part of it. The match was a struggle, to say the least. Macklin came out and saved it, but we do have to retract our apologies because we apologized to Macklin because we were accusing him of being the traitor, and he was still the traitor all along. So
he was the one. He was a perpetrator.
He was the one. So, shout out to them.
Yeah, it was a straight match, but I didn't too much care for it.
Moving right along, we also had the Good Brothers versus Violent by Design. We saw Violent by Design become your new Impact World Tag Team Champions. Any thoughts on the Good Brothers and their loss tonight?
I
I
don't feel
thought it
like
was
they should have
unfortunate.
lost.
Yeah, I
I
thought
don't
it
feel
was
like they should have
unfortunate.
lost. Like I don't know what I could care less about Violent by Design. I don't feel like they do anything for me that makes me feel like they deserve to be champions. Um, eh, I guess. I mean, shout out to them, but other than that, I can care less. I feel like the
Um,
Good Brothers will have their title back again.
right. There were a lot of title changes tonight. That was
Hmm.
crazy, but uh, I'm not psyched about them being our tag champions at all. Um, something about it just feels icky. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
Very icky.
All right, moving right along, we also had Jonah versus PCO. This match was very interesting. We saw a lot of spots. We even saw sort of a moonsault from PCO. Jonah did get the victory overall. Any thoughts on this match?
There were plenty of times where PCO just needed to lay the hell down. Just stop. Stop getting back up. Like we tired. You tired. Why are we
Granddaddy had a lot of
here?
strength, man. Granddaddy was
Well,
out there fighting for his
I
life.
just say this: 54 is not doing good for him. 'Cause he definitely looks 75. But it should have been a squash, and it wasn't. It went on way too long, in my opinion.
Yeah, it definitely went on too long than it should have. Like it should have been like maybe 5 minutes top, and maybe six on a good day. But other than that, nah. It was all right. It was a nice little something for Jonah to do, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Jonah exactly, but maybe he'll get something, maybe a title shot in the future. Hopefully, speaking of title matches, we did have Moose versus Heath for the Impact World title, and Moose did retain with a very surprising someone at the end, none other than Josh Alexander, the walking weapon, who decided to make his return back after Scott D'Amore had told him to go home. So, any thoughts on the match and the return of Josh Alexander, and what does this mean for the Impact World Champion Moose?
Moose was losing that title at Rebellion, point blank. Period. His reign as champion has been stale. It has been boring. It doesn't do anything. It's the worst reign I ever probably seen in my entire life. So he gonna lose it at Rebellion.
I just feel like as a world champion of a company, heel or not, when you cut a promo that says I don't give a damn about this company, I don't care about anybody here. I'm God and I just care about the championship. You need to let it go. Give it to somebody who does care. And Josh Alexander, he has been waiting for his revenge. He owe you. So that I think he's coming to cash in at Rebellion, and I hope that he walking weapons all over that man, and we see the
No,
end of this and the rise of a new era and a new champion.
I agree.
Lastly, in our men's action tonight was on the Kickdown and Sacrifice. We saw representing Honor No More, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett versus representing Impact, Rich Swann and Willie Mack. Any thoughts on this match before we move on to the women?
It
It
was a
was a
nice
hot mess.
kickoff. It's a nice.
It was
It
a
was
hot
meant to be
mess.
on the kickoff show. That's about
Yeah,
it.
it was chaotic. It was. Thank you guys for your service. Thank you.
Moving right along, we have wrapped up all of the men's action tonight, which the card was pretty much. Even though there were more men's matches, we still had 4 women's matches on the card that we will break down. First on the countdown show, we had Giselle Shaw versus Lady Frost, and they put on a really good match. It was Frost to get the victory in this feud, and I think that this feud is maybe starting to be something. I don't know if Frost is gonna get something out of this win because she did just lose to Deonna Purrazzo after answering her challenge. But it seemed that her and Shaw had some unfinished business and wanted to take care of it at Sacrifice. Any thoughts on this match?
Anybody that follows this, what you say, Santana? Go ahead.
So I'll let you have that because I know how you feel about Lady Frost.
I was just gonna say, anybody that follows this page, that has been following this page since I started working here, knows that I adore that woman. I really do. We have video of me hugging her ringside after a match. Thank you, Nickie, for that. I'm happy for Frost. I like that she's getting opportunities. I'm like that she's wrestling a wide array of people and showing them who she is. It was a good match, and even if this feud doesn't lead to anything directly, it gives her something to do, and it keeps us on TV because we know they like Giselle Shaw and they want people to see Giselle Shaw. So as long as she's in a feud with her, she'll stay on TV. But who knows? There's so many women in Impact. Luckily, the Knockouts division is great. So, Frost can really go anywhere from here, honestly. So
I agree. And Lady Frost, like I said, she has one of the crispiest moonsaults I've ever seen. And I mean, shout out to her. Since she's been in Impact, she's been definitely on our TV screen. She definitely has been growing in Impact. So, I mean, it's nice to see that she's able to be on these pay-per-views. And even though she did lose to Deonna, that doesn't mean anything. She could, swing back around and challenge Deonna again for the AAA title or something.
Well, we'll see. And I kind of disagree there. I think it does mean something losing to Deonna. Not necessarily put you in the back of the line, but when you lose to the champion and try to go back, you do have to start from square one. So I think this is a good square one from Frost. I don't think that she should go straight to the Knockouts Championship, maybe the Digital Media Championship or something like that, but she's definitely growing in the division. Speaking of none other than the virtuoso herself, Deonna Purrazzo had another champ challenge that was surprisingly enough answered by Chelsea Green, and once again Deonna defeated the competition. At this point, when are we going to see someone actually step up and win? Now they've been every competitor has been giving great matches, but no one's taking Deonna to the limit. No one is really making me feel like they're going to be able to grab the titles off of Deonna. So I'm curious, with the loss, with the win over Chelsea Green, and her obviously number one contender with Taya Valkyrie. I mean, is anyone going to stop Deonna? Because it really doesn't look like it.
I would say that maybe as of right now, there probably isn't someone that could stop Deonna, unless she chooses to do that crossover like with AEW and the Ring of Honor going on right now. It could be somebody over in AEW that she could have a matchup with for her to maybe she could take her champ challenge over to AEW or something. Or somebody from AEW or that's part of Ring of Honor could come over to Impact, something of that nature. Or it has to be somebody who is like either on that level or above Deonna to come in and dethrone her of that title.
I mean, I agree. The titles are sitting pretty right now. We know who her number one contender is in AAA. So we're just waiting for that to happen with her and Taya. But as far as Ring of Honor, I feel like once she took it off of Roxy, it's going to take somebody to really step up. And I don't think I've seen that talent yet to come and to take, because they're going to have to take it from her. She's not going to give it freely. So it's going to have to be somebody that done went back home and done been practicing and it got themselves right to step to the virtuosa. And until we see somebody prove themselves, she's gonna be a 2 title girl for a while, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree.
Any final thoughts on this match before we get out of here?
It was interesting to see Chelsea Green come out. I was expecting someone else, but to see Chelsea come out, they definitely had a pretty good match together as one. And I'm like, well, it was interesting how it ended. I mean, Deonna's very vicious, and I like that style of her. I like that side of her being like very aggressive as a champion. Like she's really good at what she does.
I see somebody in the comments saying Roxy. I was at that match. Roxy's wrestling ability in person does not match up, but it doesn't. It just doesn't give. And so even Roxy would have to go back to the drawing board and add something to her arsenal, because Roxy gave all she had and still couldn't get it done. So I don't agree about Roxy. Does she deserve a rematch? Probably, but I still don't think she's ready.
Yeah.
Well, I'm always representing the virtuoso, Deonna Purrazzo. I will be at the Slugfest tomorrow, so hopefully we get some more contenders. I'm going to put it like this. No one's touching Deonna. I don't care what promotion you have. I don't care what... And I'm not going to include... I'm only not going to include WWE in this because they're not allowed to go to other promotions and pick up titles. When you're allowed to go to other promotions and pick up titles and dominate and run through divisions like ROH and NWA and have title matches over there, even though she hasn't stepped foot in AEW, I still don't think there's no one that's touching a candlelight to what Deonna's doing right now. And this is not to knock the Knockouts Championship, but that's not even the biggest title right now in Impact. And maybe now that will change. But before we get into that, we also had a tag team match between some of my favorites, honestly. Well, besides the Inspiration, I'm not a huge fan of them. Shout out to Madison Rayne, OG Knockout. Follow me on the Instagram. We have a very playful beef going on. So Madison, if you're watching, hello. Also, Tennille Dashwood as well teamed up against the Inspiration. And finally, I was so happy about this. Honestly, one of the highlights of my night, besides what happened, of course, with the Knockouts Championship. But and your new Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, The Influence. I don't think this should really even be contested at this point. I honestly, and I'll say this, I don't think the Inspiration have done that much to the division. I don't think they brought that much to the Knockouts division. Now, do I think that they were good champions? Absolutely. I personally think that the best moment of this match was when the crowd was chanting Inspirations and Madison Rayne and Tennille went and did the whole Inspiration. I thought that was hilarious. And I think that sometimes we and I include myself, we have very high expectations of where we want tag teams to be, especially with the women's division. There was nothing that they were doing as champions, in my opinion. Not their fault. I just feel like there may be a chance for us to see Miranda Alizé and maybe Angelina Love. If they're not a tag, are they? Have they been a tag before? Angelina Love and who's the other girl I'm thinking of?
I mean Miranda. Well, Miranda Leon, one of the girls. Her name is Miranda. They're now Miranda.
Mandy.
Is it Mandy? I don't know. I think her name was Miranda. One of them. Is it Mandy?
If y'all talking about from Ring of Honor, her name is Miranda Alizé.
And she's in the tag with Angelina Love.
I thought that was Mandy Lion.
I thought that girl was Mandy Lion.
Maybe so.
I know who you're talking about. She has the dark hair. She has the dark hair. Mandy
Yeah.
Lion. She has a dark hair. I believe her name is Mandy.
Yeah, Mandy Lion. Yeah, I don't know if there's still a tag. I don't know if
There's
Mandy
still a
even
there's
still
still a
wrestles.
tag. She
Okay.
was supposed to be
Well, I would
retired
like for them
before.
to come over and fight because there's obviously history there with Angelina Love and the Knockouts. There's obviously something going on with ROH with AEW. There's obviously history with Angelina Love and Madison Rain with the Knockouts division. I would love to see us be able to get more tag teams because the obvious choice here is, oh, we go back to Decay. We circle back to
Mhm.
Rosemary and Havoc. Well, why? We lost Rachel and Jordan as a tag. We don't have Tasha Steelz and Kiera Hogan as a tag. We could see Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans jump into the tag team championship bracket, and then Tasha
Mhm.
becomes double champion.
Right.
With that being said, though, I do think that Madison Rain and Tennille Dashwood holding the championships is the much better for booking. I think
Mhm.
that with the inspiration being new to the Knockouts, I thought it was a good transition. Now let's see how they thrive without the props, as some would say. Any thoughts on this match?
I thought it was really good. It was like finally we got a chance to see this match happen because it was supposed to happen at Hard to Kill, but it didn't, sadly. And we finally got this match, and I'm glad that there was a lot of build up to them having this match for the tag titles. Yes, the inspirations, they came in the first night anyway. Um, and won the titles, but it really didn't. I mean, it was great. It was a nice little run that they had, but it was kind of boring because it just didn't really do much that made me feel like, okay, I'm happy to see y'all still hold these titles. So I mean, let's see what the influence can do. I mean, they've been there longer enough. And it's nice to see them hold these titles and see what they actually do with them in the near future. I know the Inspiration are going to want a rematch. They are. So,
Yeah. I just feel like travel issues and COVID for the inspiration really dulled their time there. And I don't know that it's going to get any better. So I honestly think the best logistical move was to drop them to a team that does not have those issues
mm-hmm.
so that you can now see the tag titles flourish because we didn't see them half the time because oh somebody was exposed to COVID, oh somebody couldn't travel, oh this country has this restriction, oh the and it's like we have belts that are not on TV because there's issues. So I think the better option won tonight. And let's see if they can wake it up. They want to call themselves the influence. Let's wake it up then. Let's do something with the titles. So hopefully we see them and Caleb with a K do something with themselves.
Yeah, hopefully so. It is very interesting to see Caleb with a K get involved in the match, throw Madison the title. Everything just kind of happened. I don't know. I don't know if I was expecting Caleb to kind of like cost him the titles in a sense. But I knew he would at least find a way. So we finally have reached the last match. For some of us, this was definitely the main event. Something that we saw. I shout out to Mickie James because she shows a lot of love to women's wrestling talk. I've been very vocal about this. I'm not the biggest Mickie James fan. I respect the work, I respect the championships, and I respect the way she's respected. Tonight was the night that reign ended. Um, thank God. And I say thank God because I've been on this woman's ass since the day that I met her at the Impact taping in the summer when they were in Nashville at the Skyway. And I told her that I was very impressed with what she was bringing to the ring. And that's none other than your new Impact Knockouts World Champion, Tasha Steelz. And I don't know if I ever thought that for a minute that I would actually get to see this. But to see this, and I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, well, the ending was botched." Blah 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 blah. Who cares? Um, this is our first Afro Latina to win a championship, to win the Knockouts championship, and I think it's a pivotal moment because, um, as many people would say, they wanted that dream match with Mickie James. You know, we saw her go head to head with Deonna. We saw her go head to head with Chelsea. We saw her even go to head with Savannah Evans, Kiera Hogan, now Tasha Steelz. Mickie had a great run. I was very upset that Tasha didn't win the first time they met up. But when she won on Impact and beat Chelsea, I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe we're circling the block because she's already gotten an opportunity to beat Mickie in a tag team match. I really hope that Tasha is given and Santana knows this. I started an article maybe like October, and I was like, let's do something on the rise of Tasha Steelz. And I was waiting on those moments. And then Black History came around. And then Santana was like, well, let's just do it for Black History Month. It makes sense. And I was like, please, can I wait till No Surrender? And she was like, okay, I'm going to let you keep your deadline, get it out. And when I wrote it, I was very upset that Tasha did not walk out as champion. Now that article has been published, make sure you guys check that out at womenswrestlingtalkpod.com, of course. Now that article has published and now that she's champion, it's all worth it. I cried watching Tasha win that title because there's a different moment when you know for a fact that these people are working hard. Honestly, going to these different shows, I've been to AEW now, I've been to WWE, I've been to Impact. Impact honestly has some of the greatest group of kids that are wrestling today. They are so strong-willed, and Tasha, Trey is definitely one of those for the men. Trey Miguel is the person you look for in Impact. He is your X Division champion, but he has a presence with the crowd. He would probably be one of the biggest faces of Impact with the crowd. Tasha is someone that I remember people would boo, and now hearing them cheer for her, people are starting to see her in a different light, and that's what I appreciate the most. I was very upset, and you guys know this. We watched Bound for Glory. I watched Deonna lose to Mickie James. I was very upset. Shout out to Mickie James again, and Chelsea and Deonna and all the ladies in Impact and all the knockouts for showing so much love. But I was ready for this, and I knew it was going to happen. I said it was going to happen, and Tasha deserves this moment. And I know that we've seen a lot of like bad blood between Mickie and Tasha on Twitter, but it's all from a good place. And I feel like Mickie probably knew that if it wasn't going to be Chelsea that she dropped to, it kind of had to be Tasha. So what are you guys' thoughts? We all watched this together, and you guys heard me, get really emotional, and I teared up a little bit. And I kept saying, not like this, not like this. But what were you guys' initial thoughts seeing Tasha Steelz become the new Knockouts champion?
I honestly thought she was like when after I know Savannah got involved towards the ending. I thought that after Tasha hit that move on Mickie, I thought Mickie was going to kick out. But when I saw that she didn't, and then you can kind of pretty much see like the emotion behind the three, and Tasha kind of just laying there and kind of covering herself, like trying, like covering her face and everything, and like probably in disbelief. Honestly, I I kind of started, watching Tasha Steelz a lot more when Nickie has been watching Impact. So I mean, I knew who she was, but I wasn't watching Impact at that time to kind of get familiarized with how long she's been wrestling and her wrestling style and so on and so forth. But to honestly start watching her more and seeing her growth, she definitely deserved to win that title. She has been working, she has been putting in the work to prove to everybody that she deserves to one day hold a title. And tonight she did. And that is absolutely amazing. I'm ready to see how she is and how she's going to carry this title as the Knockouts Impact title. Like, I'm extremely excited to see her hold this title and watch her continue to grow. Like, that's the Boricua badass. You hear me? Like, she's about to be on a whole nother level. Okay, she's definitely about to be on a whole nother level. It was everything for her, and she definitely deserved it. So shout out to Tasha and all of her hard work.
I'm gonna just say this to all the fans, specifically in Dallas, when Tasha was wrestling, and you were calling her a nappy-headed B word. To all you fans on Twitter who have nothing but malice and venom for Tasha, how does it feel? That's all I want to know. That girl works her behind off. She deserves it. She deserved it when she won the tag titles. She deserves this. I hope that she has a wonderful reign, and I hope that she keeps shutting up the disgusting people who have nothing but trash to say about her. Thank you to Mickie for dropping it so gracefully. I was concerned with the whole Chelsea Green kind of still being ringside, at the end of the beginning of their match. Deonna really didn't get an intro. She was trying to help her friend, and then there was a whole segment where she's trying to help her up the ramp, and I thought it was going to be something completely different, but it wasn't. Mm-hmm. Tasha got what she deserved. The title looks great on her, and let's see where she takes it. It's her reign. This is her division now, and let's see what happens.
I agree.
I don't agree on that this is her division, but I do agree that.
Of course, you're not going to agree with that. Did Nickie freeze on us?
I think she froze on this. But I can understand why she says it's not her division. Of course, Deonna is still in the presence. Deonna is still in the present. So, I mean, Deonna can walk in and say, you know what, Tasha? I want to be the first person that you defend your title against. Let's see who really runs the division.
Right.
Like me, I'm holding 2 titles. And they don't even go with neither one of these companies.
So, right. I mean, so let's see if we can make it 3.
Let's see we make it 3. And then, but honestly, I would not want Tasha to have a short reign. I really would. I would want her to have a lengthy reign. At least like 7, maybe 8, 9 months, maybe even a year. Make it a year. You know what I'm saying? This opens up a door for her to get more, like, live in a world as a champion. And I mean, she has to celebrate tonight with not only just herself, but her friends. Like, she has to be very, very proud of the work that she has put in since she started wrestling. And like you said, to all those people who have negative things to say about her and all this and that, you have no choice but to acknowledge her as your knockout champion. And that she is. So I hope that all of that is eating you guys alive, and so on and so forth, because Tasha she's absolutely amazing. She really is. And there's no doubt that you can take that away from her, honestly. But I mean, of course, Deonna's still around. She's been holding the division down for a while now. So, I mean, I'd love to see Deonna and Tasha have a match together, and see who really is whose division it really is. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Welcome back, Nikki. So happy to have you. I think you're on mute, but we're happy to have you here with us.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you can hear us or whatnot. I'm not sure.
I don't. Am I back?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
you're back.
we can hear you.
Yeah, this is horrible. You guys, normally I don't have this type of energy, but the StreamYard just doesn't want to be my friend tonight on the one of the biggest nights. But it is what it is. But yeah, this is still Deonna. What I was saying was, this is Deonna's division, but this is Deonna's show. Deonna doesn't. Deonna's the only champion that walks around with her belts. Matt Cardona doesn't walk around with his NWA championship.
No.
So
I
Tasha's
don't want
gonna
to see
have
that.
to. Tasha's gonna have to still be Deonna
Mm-hmm.
in
Hmm.
some way. They're gonna have to. What I think is gonna happen is that Tasha's gonna have to take one of those belts off of Deonna.
Mm. That's
Or the other
interesting.
way, which I don't want her to have a short reign at all. I do think
Hmm.
she has to see Chelsea pretty soon, depending on where Chelsea is. Because Chelsea's pretty much all over the place. You can catch Chelsea in NWA, in Impact, in
GCW.
GCG,
Everywhere.
GCW.
GCW.
She's everywhere.
I mean, honestly, that's where she thrives the most.
Hmm.
Honestly, no one holds that down like that.
She's the most
Um,
hated over
but
there.
yeah, I just really want to the, the connection issues tonight have just been astronomical. Um, I don't even know if I'm still even here,
You're
honestly,
here.
You are.
streaming.
We got you.
You are here. We
But
hear you.
I just wanna. I am heading out to Louisville tomorrow, you guys. So if you're at Slugfest, come and holler at me. Take a selfie. Have a good time. Um, I'm very, very. It's almost like I got everything that I wanted tonight. I was very nervous. I spoke to Trey before his match, just sending him all my love and graces and everything, and just I was really nervous.
Yeah, Nikki was very nervous tonight at the fact that like Trey could have lost his title,
Mm-hmm.
but he still remained successful. And I feel like he's gonna be holding that X Division title for a very, very long time until somebody decides that they want to pop in and take it off him. But I really doubt that anyone will come in and take that title off Trey. Like
Right.
not at all. He's had some fierce competitors and he's went through them all. So it's like who will have the opportunity to take that title off Trey? I don't think there is anyone as of right now who could do that. Um, so I mean, hey, Trey is supposed to be on commentary tomorrow in Louisville for the taping of the show. Um, Trey Miguel versus Ricochet would be fired. They do get a lot of comparisons as them actually looking alike and having the same ring skills. So I think it'd just be a lot of high flying, high spots, a lot of crazy moments because I mean, you just never know exactly what you would get with Trey or Ricochet. And I mean, both
Right.
of them are holding titles now. So I mean, I think it'd be great. But yeah, so I mean, Trey won't be wrestling tomorrow, but he'll definitely be on commentary. And Nikki will definitely be there in Louisville. Well, is it Louisville? Louisville. She'll
It's
definitely
Louisville.
be there. It's one of them. She'll definitely be there. So make sure you definitely go and check it out with her and stuff because Nikki has been in Impact a lot. So if you
Mhm.
haven't like seen her there, then you definitely meet up with her. You might check her out
Can y'all hear me?
somewhere. Yeah, we can
We
hear you
can.
now,
You
sort
can't
of,
see
kind
me?
of. We
Yes, we
can
can
see
see
you
you.
Okay. Thank you for all your graces. I just want to say,
now.
Jesus Christ, before we get out of here. Thank you, Trey Miguel, for just being Trey Miguel. I don't cut me. Listen, StreamYard. I don't know what the hell you got going on, but baby, do not cut me off when I'm talking about that man, because I know this is women's wrestling talk. But Nickie Booshie and
Let's talk
Impact
about the
is Trey
men.
Miguel. I will beat somebody's ass in that office in StreamYard. Figure it out. Because we've already been sitting here trying to figure it out. So if you listening live chat, StreamYard, I hope you get the message. Also, Tasha getting that championship, very, very meaningful for me. I hope I get to see her tomorrow and congratulate her in person. But yes, like Santana said, I will be at Slugfest. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna sit here and say let's do some work. You know, I'm not one of them. I'm not somebody that's
Come get your selfie with Nickie Booshie, okay?
You can come get a selfie. Let's get a shot. Let's
the
chill.
famous
Let's have
of
some
all
time.
women's wrestling talk. Nicki.
Watch some
That part.
Get a selfie with her, tag
I
her.
know some of the boys that follow the page really closely and give us some of the insights. NYC franchise, along with the real belt collector Brandon. I know NYC is not there, but he's gonna be. I'm almost certain he's gonna be a Rebellion.
He will be a
Shout out to
Rebellion.
them because they always give us the exclusives.
Yes,
NYC
he'll be a
has
Rebellion.
the
I can confirm.
exclusives, y'all. Like if y'all don't
Yeah.
follow NYC franchise on Twitter and you're a big Twitter fan, like you're a big Impact fan, follow him because he has the exclusives. Like
exclusive. Like
exclusive. Like some content that happened last Thursday with Jay White walking out on Chris Child, like
some good stuff.
Exclusive. Some stuff you're not even gonna get to see, honestly, on TV. Okay. All of the footage that we'll be taking tomorrow for Slugfest will air as the show airs. We like to show Impact as much love as we can with that. So be sure to check out all of our footage for that. It's been a tough night, you guys. This is one of the first times that I've been on here where I've had some technical difficulties. So if my energy was not where it normally is, I do apologize. But I'm here. And I want to say that tonight was really meaningful, honestly. Being able to see being able to see the emotions on Trey's face, being able to see the emotions on Tasha's face, young talents. We're on this journey with them. We're really here. And shout out to Mika and Santana for being here along with me on this journey as I become an impactor even more. Recap might be late tomorrow, y'all. I don't know. There's a lot going on. I can't even see Mika and Santana right now. So, there's a lot going on. I really thank everyone who came in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed the program. I'm really excited. We're on the road to Rebellion. We have so much in store. Like I said, if you don't see the Impact recap tomorrow, don't say I didn't tell you so. Okay, I'm saying it here. Okay, because there's a lot going on tomorrow with traveling and stuff. So I'm gonna do my hardest to push out that Impact recap for you guys. But if you don't see it, you just don't see it. And I hope you caught the post show, and I hope you caught all the great matches, and I hope you catch all the great things that we're doing here at Women's Wrestling Talk, including post shows and top fives we have in store, along with our beautiful articles that our EIC has been editing, and also me, myself, Mika, Sam, all the other writers have been writing for Women's History Month. The month is just starting. We are about to be at a closing point with Women's Wrestling History Month, but we're still going to do something really fun. So be on the lookout for that. Any last words before I kill myself at this point?
Oh, child,
please don't do that.
do a flip.
Nicki is right. We got a lot of fun things happening. I just want to give breaking news for anybody that may not be aware. But the Salt Shakers and the best manager from Women's Wrestling Talk will be on the scene for WrestleMania weekend. So please keep an eye out because you never know where you might see us, what we might be doing. You know, we always jazzing it up, we spicing it up, trying to shake the room a little. But honestly, like Nicki said, thank you guys for being patient with us. Thank you for staying here. Technology's gotten the better of us tonight, but we're still here. And we're gonna keep pushing because we're women and that's what we do, right? So thank you all for being here this late night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys can follow me everywhere on Meek the Mage. I ain't got no disclaimers. I just am who I am, and if you love me, come follow. And that's it for that. And I love Nickie. Nickie's the best. She stuck it out, and I'm proud of her because technology was trying. Okay, it was trying it. So, yeah.
Well, I guess for me, of course, I am the editor-in-chief of Women's Wrestling Talk. So all of the amazing articles that go out are by our amazing writers. And Women's History Month is just starting. And we have so many articles out already that are celebrating our women in so many different ways. So make sure you guys check out our Twitter, our Instagram, as well as our YouTube channel. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Same handles as all over. You can definitely find us and check out our articles. Check out our Black History Month articles that we did. We highlighted 28 women for Black History Month. Those are still getting popular views on our website, as well as the panels that we have as well. We do have some panels coming up for this month too, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Tomorrow, of course, you guys, if you're not in Florida, you must not. I don't know what you're doing because AEW Revolution is happening tomorrow. There will be a post show. I will be on there by myself. So I'm going to be holding it down AEW Revolution on tomorrow. And then Monday, we do have 2 top 5. So we have a top 5 on AJ Lee that Stephanie Hardy will be hosting. And we also have a Becky Lynch top 5 that will feature the 3 of us. Following that, we will have our Raw post show that will have me and Nickie, my tag team partner. You guys, some of you guys are new here, so if you're not familiar, me and Nickie, we are the Salt Shakers. We are the most dominating tag team in women's wrestling talk history. Mika is our manager, so now we are a faction, and so we are now the most dominating tag team faction in all of women's wrestling talk history. And of course, we're going to be on the road to WrestleMania. We're going to have our countdown going on. And so, yeah, you just got to stay tuned because we are going to be in WrestleMania weekend. It's going to be a lot of places that a lot of things happening that we're going to pop up at. And, if you run into us, please don't walk up on me. I get paranoid when people walk up on me. Don't do that. If you just say, Santana, hey, I seen you on Wednesday Talk. Okay, cool. But don't walk up on me because you never know what might happen. So yeah, I mean, you can just Google me, Drian Santana, because I don't give out my social media handles because they're not the same. So if you just type in my name, you'll find me. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow for
I forgot something, y'all.
What you forget?
I forgot that Friday I will be the solo stand-in for my girl here for the SmackDown and Rampage after shows. So unfortunately, Stephanie will be traveling. She will be at the live event, and Santana has a previous engagement, booking, as we like to call them. And so your girl will be here doing the post show by myself. So I'd appreciate if y'all come join me and hang out just like you do tomorrow with Santana. We may try to hop on there. I know Nickie will be traveling. If I'm home from my indie show in time enough, I'm gonna hop on with her. But either way, we're gonna support. Y'all know. Most of the regulars in here. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know how to do the thing.
Of course. And Nickie is back, so she can pretty much let you guys know where you can follow her at. Unless you want me to do the disclaimer for you. If you don't like Charlotte Flair, do not come to her page. By no means necessary. Do not come.
Am I here?
You're here. We can hear you.
And don't come up to me at WrestleCon either if you don't like her either. That's fucking weird. Well, excuse me, but that's weird.
Oh god.
Just don't even whatever, because it's not gonna work. And if I'm gonna ask, I'm literally gonna ask you, do you like Charlotte? And if you give me this mid answer, we're not doing photos. You can take a photo. You can take a photo with somebody else. But
Nickie,
it is what it is.
Nickie will take a photo with me, and she knows how.
We might do something really special for WrestleCon. I know we have our very own Ella J in the building. All of us are going to be in the building. We have a lot of fun stuff. We're going to be doing some really fun like games. I'm going to be doing some like bucket list challenges that we're going to record. We're going to be doing something new with Instagram, go live. We don't go live that much.
We should.
So I think it will be a good, like WrestleCon will be a good time for us to go live and do that. But we have a lot in store next week, just like every other week for the rest of this year. It's jam-packed. Before we get out of here, be on the lookout for those that love the Turnbuckle Glam that we do once a month. That will be changing. We will be coming to you. It might start off bi-weekly. I know it's going to go weekly. Eventually going into the summer, going into May, because the looks are going to change. We're also going to be introducing a new category, so that's going to be really fun. But let's get over this weekend first. We have Impact Slugfest tomorrow and also AEW Revolution. For those that are in Orlando, have a good time. I'm excited about tomorrow. Honestly, I know Britt's going to retain, so I don't really care. I don't really care what goes on. But yeah, before we get out of here, don't forget, you guys, if you're not following or sharing or liking or commenting, what are you doing at this point? This is Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Until next time.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.